Haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous.
Call it my battleground. I'm on the center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them haters that be talking about us, they be hating on our grind, cause you know we coming up. We be spending all the time on these rhymes and the clubs. You can't steal my shine, cause I'm prime, never mind, cause fame and fortune be the only notion for them haters do. Many years in the game, so you know I paid my dues. No need for the fame, I'm taking names, so I know. And when Moshe blows up, I'm emailing all them.
Haters make me famous.
What the haters know about that Moshe music? Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I do this 25/8 pain and sweat on these tracks, haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I have no dinner table, my studio is the kitchen. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I got a degree on my wall, so it says I know what I'm doing. Haters.
Haters.
I dust off them haters, and then I take a pause. It's a shame that this game got us all so involved. They flapping their jaws, and they grinding their teeth. Everybody fighting for the microphone on my beats. See my and my word is all I have. Call me Tony Montana on this label that I have. Having anger towards everyone reaching success. Haters coming, and I'll be their number one prospect. I work real hard, it gains some respect. 24 hours on the beats and the internet. We fighting like some dogs, showing flaws with no regrets. While we fighting for the same bone on this conquest. Million man march occupies my mind frame. Yes, one man army with the heart of a terrorist. In my scope, I can see them haters running. No need to pull the trigger, cause I'm aiming for the sky, cousin.
Haters make me famous.
No need to lie my tracks, man, cause you know I'm the truth. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
Yeah, I'ma wipe off this out with do-rag. So what? Haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I'm a self-taught fool with knowledge. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I don't give all y'all think. For real. Haters.
Haters.
I don't take them back seats, I take the front row. If you're on my team, then you're sitting next to me. So loyal to the game, like my wifey and she show. No, I'm headed for the top, so no need for these sideshows. My mic blows truth while them fools make it up. My beats be my bullets, fully automatic, spitting blood. In their eyes, I can tell that they hate me while I'm blowing up on the internet. Faithfully, I got the upper hand, man. My fam got faith in me. I'm solid like a rock with my hip hop family. From the 425 through the streets of Miami. Whip them deucems up, man. I'm ready for the Grammys. My life be so sweet, yes, it's sweet like some candy. So I smile at them haters that can't stand me. I'm a warrior when it comes to this shit. Haters name me famous at
Moshe music. Haters make me famous.
I've been out on these streets since I was 15 and still pushing. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I'm a one-man army. Shit, huh. Haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
Go ahead and Facebook your mama and cry. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
And remember, haters, you made me famous.
Haters. 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 Haters.
Good morning, everybody. Cap Nation Live, Monday morning, Monday Night Football edition. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have everybody tuning in, rolling with us on this beautiful and blessed, little cold Monday morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thomas G, Ryan, Rich, Rajillo. Good morning, Buenos Dias. My name Corey, Nate Dog Marlowe, Tom, Steven Sanchez, Nico Chi, Nathan, Jesse, Jose, Joe Free. I don't know what's up with all the angry faces this morning, but it seems you're a little angry this morning. Leeser, good morning. The other William, good morning. Brian, good morning. Aaron Gore, good morning. Everybody, good morning. Anybody that I'm missing, good morning. Scott, good morning. Ernie Torres, good morning. Glad to have you tuning in with us. No matter where you are, at home, work, driving. Frank Green, good morning. David, good morning. David says, stayed off of action for a week because of Xmas, but no more. Glad to have you back, brother. Glad to have you back with us. We definitely have a busy day planned. No doubt about it, we have a busy day planned. We've got college football, little bowl action game. No, today's game is not part of our bowl package. For everybody that doesn't know, our bowl package is up, and first game should be posted for Wednesday later today, as well as my personal play college football game of the year is going down on Wednesday. Brandon Bryant, good morning. So we're going to have a very, 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 very busy week this week, even though that it is Christmas. We're definitely in line for a busy week. That is for sure. Give me 1 second, folks. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for some fun today. Premium plays are not posted yet. Premium plays are not posted yet, but they will be. All right, they will be. They will be here probably about an hour, I would think. Hour and a half, more than likely. Possibly a tad bit sooner, depending on when they post them. Give me 1 second, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Making sure everybody's accounts that are supposed to be activated are activated. There we go. Alrighty. Rich says the NFL website is broken. It says the Jets won, right? The Jets definitely did themselves in yesterday. They finally got caught tanking enough games to where they actually had to play to their capability. Beat the Rams yesterday and couldn't somehow give it away. They couldn't get out of giving it away. So here they are. The 1-win Jets. Congrats to the Jets. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. So, little technical difficulties this morning. YouTube yesterday for the members only live show was acting up. They still haven't got back to me on what the technical difficulty was or if they fixed it or not. So hopefully the next time we have another members only live show, the chat will actually work, unfortunately. Dropped our big Sunday play yesterday on the Bucks. Unfortunately. Win number 11 seems to be that elusive one. Win number 11 seems to be that elusive one for us. David, yeah, as of right now, they have a 31 or 33% chance, I think it is, of getting Trevor Lawrence. Still like a 30-something percent chance. It was either 31 or 33. Yeah, Shane, Michigan State. Oh, my Lord. How about Michigan State? It was quite shocking. Patriots lost yesterday for the daily free play. Did not cover the 1.5 they were getting. Held strong and then fell towards the end. Cam played a fairly clean game. No interceptions, no fumbles by him. At least no giving away to the other team. We took a stab at the dog on that one and ended up dropping that one. Personal plays ended up going 2-1 on the day. Had Seattle's first half team total over. We cashed that. Had Seattle. Took one in the cheek on that one. And then we had the Browns late for a 2-1 Sunday. So that was nice. So had a nice 2-1 personal play day. Premium plays ended up, depending on where you got the Rams and the Jets total at, you either won, pushed, or lost. We gave it out at 43.5, ended up at 43, unfortunately. So we're going to grade that one as a loss. I know when I bet it, I actually got 42.5. I did not buy anything down. I just bet it and got 42.5. So I know I won, but we'll do the honorable thing. We'll grade that one as a loss because that's what we put out. Nathan, 90 or 70-something percent chance he will not be going to the Jets now. David, good morning. Mohammed, yep. Per our guarantee, it will be. Per our guarantee, it will be. Most definitely. Most definitely. Reading through some of the comments here. Nathan says Trevor should refuse to join such a disaster and pull a Manning, right? Lee Thrasher, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to have a great day today. We've got college football. We got NFL Monday Night Football. We have college basketball. It is going to be a busy day. The Myrtle Beach Bowl between Appalachian State and North Texas goes down today. North Texas catching 3 touchdowns. App State laying the big 3 with a huge total there as well. Frank, if they have it as a circled game, you generally won't be able to put it on a parlay or teaser. So depending on if your book has it as a circle game or not, then you may not be able to. Alex, I just went over that. It was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and no, we got not to say that they would have went for it or they would have kicked a field goal up 4 and refs get caught moving the ball twice for the spot and giving them a first down, which was not a first down by a mile. Ended the game. So who knows if they would have kicked a short field goal or would have went for it with a QB sneak or just give it to Fournette and run it in. But who knows on that one? We'll never know. We never had an opportunity to find out. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. Nathan says I was trying to parlay the Zags and Baylor. Depending on your bankroll or what time the games go out, you actually get a bigger payday if you bet one and then roll the entire thing over to the next one. You always get a bigger payday than you do a parlay. It's just a matter of when the games go off if you're capable of doing that, or you'll need a bigger bankroll to be able to do it. J-Dub says, you're getting popular with the clowns, Kyle. You haven't even started breakdowns and already have 8 thumbs downs. Wow, God, that's impressive. I can't see the thumbs downs. I can only see the thumbs ups and the amount of people that are here. Very impressive that we have that many douchebags turning in. Boy, I bet their mamas are proud. Bunch of losers. Got nothing better to do than on a Monday morning tune into our live show. Does crack me up, though. Makes me happy to know it, J-Dub. Makes me happy to know it. It definitely does. When you're getting haters on a Monday morning that are sitting at their miserable jobs and they're watching you, that's a good thing. So I'm flattered. I'm definitely flattered, to say the least. So to all the haters out there, we do appreciate you. We do appreciate you. That is for sure. Just threw it on Baylor. Nathan, probably not a bad bet there. Samir, play over or under, bro? I don't know. We haven't broke down the game yet. If you'd like me to get out my magic coin, we can flip it real quick. Or we could wait until we do a breakdown, a proper breakdown. Yeah, J-Dub, they got to get their free play so they can sell it to their clients, right? I know. How about those props yesterday? 5-0 on the props. I did something right for the live show yesterday. We put out a 5-0 prop day for everybody yesterday. Edward, good morning. No need to ever apologize. I'm late more than most. Always late, but worth the wait, as I like to say. Just getting everything up and running and rolling. We're going to jump right into the breakdowns. But I can assure you, we probably won't have any free plays until that likes are in the hundreds. At least a triple digit. And I got some good stuff planned for today. Samir, I'm very glad you were able to make some money yesterday. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Thank you for tuning in. No problem, Shane. I don't care if people fade me. It doesn't bother me one bit. I know I'm not going to win 100%. Can't win them all. It was a very small play anyways. Wasn't a premium play. Wasn't a personal play. It was just a very small play, to say the least. Do I like Belmont today? I haven't broken down that game. Rich says, how can anyone be angry after killing it yesterday? I assure you, after some of the reports that I've seen come out from some of the books and money values, not everybody had a good day yesterday. Lee Thrasher says, so far premium package has paid off pretty darn good my way. Glad to hear that, Lee. Definitely glad to hear that. Frozen screen, thanks, Saul. I'll get that one fixed. Appreciate that. Hopefully I'll be able to break in the new live streaming software this week. Hopefully. Manuel, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Got some things refreshing and restarting. And then, if you guys are just now telling me we're frozen, you guys are about a minute behind. Ernie says, because Kyle is transparent, honest, and straightforward, right? It's funny, somebody sent me a screenshot yesterday of somebody live. It was quite funny. Guy had his laundry basket in the background full of laundry. You know, what is he filming in the laundry room or something? Cracks me up how some people out there will actually take these people's advice. And take them for and actually lay money on it. And you guys, and some people wonder why at the end of the year their bankroll is flat, zero, zip. Casey Nursery Cap, I've done great with your picks. Thank you for your content. Are you taking the over tonight, Monday Night Football? My theory is Sunday night, you see Monday night over. Weird, but it always done well. I haven't broken down that game yet, but we're going to. We are going to reach out and touch the Monday Night Football game. We're going to take a look at that one. We're going to take a look at the North Texas App State game. Zach says, I air-fried some wings yesterday, won some money, lost some money, and it was a good weekend. Fantastic, Zach. Love hearing that. Mr. Bear says, tidy up that single wide before you film. Right? At least put the laundry away. I'd say hire a housekeeper, but, you know, chances are, you know, one thing leads to not being able to afford the other. But, hey, you know. Jared Nichols doesn't like minus 14.5 for Pitt, but you do like minus 7.5 for the first half. Interesting. I do not have a play on the game just yet. Very welcome, Manuel. Very welcome. Rich says, Mom's a housekeeper, right? Leach probably didn't want to watch his lucky underwear. Woo! That's a rough one. I can assure you we win a lot more and you don't have to take a minus 10,000. That is for sure. That is for sure. Louis hit a big same game parlay on the props. Fantastic. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. That first set that I gave out was a plus 156 parlay. Hopefully everybody cashed in on that one as I did. Congrats. J-Rock, are you still here? Are you watching the live chat? If you are, let me know that you're here. Hopefully, Dr. Franco, that you bet all those as a money line parlay. We could hope. Edward, when does winter break start? Tuesday, Wednesday? David, yeah, I will have a game of the week this week. It's later in the week. But I will have one. I also have my personal play college football game of the year going down on Wednesday. Wednesday is my personal play game of the year. It's looking like Friday will end up being my game of the week, as long as, pending players from COVID and all of that. Joe Jett, do I watch a lot of the Navy games during the year? No, I don't. I watch just a few every now and then. Yep. And I'm going to go over the schedule for this week because it can be a little confusing. And it is a very, 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 very busy week. Alex, $50. Special one-off. It's actually included, and I'll go over that here in a second, but it's actually included for free in the bowl package as well. The bowl package is a killer deal. Nathan, it makes 0 sense. But if you notice, it's the conferences. The conferences that are declining bowl games are the same conferences that said they didn't want to play, that it was unsafe to play. That when the SEC and the ACC showed it was safe to play, they wanted it on the money. That split that they get from the NCAA for playing, they didn't want that Power 5 money to go to two conferences. So they jumped in, played their shitty schedule, and now opting out of bowl games while they're taking that money. It's all just a money grab, for their programs. But Nebraska opting out was a shock. Nebraska opting out was a shock. It may have been more having nothing to do with the coach. That could have been the chancellor doing that one. Lee Thrasher says Notre Dame said they wouldn't play if family can't be there, but I wouldn't want my mom to see Bama stomp us out either. Well, unfortunately for them, Lee, they moved the Rose Bowl to the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, so fans as well as family will be able to be in attendance when they get their ass kicked by Alabama. They will definitely have their mommies and daddies there when they get their ass handed to them. Joe Free says the bowl package is a no-brainer. Fantastic deal for sure. Just can't afford it. Maybe things will change for you. But if not, we'll always have the bowl package. Next year, every year it's evolving. Speaking of the bowl package, it's kind of neat this year. And I didn't have much say in it. I had a little bit when it came to structuring it and what they were giving away and what they were adding to it. And that kind of fun stuff. So I didn't necessarily have a full say in it like I would have liked to, but I did get a couple other added things in there that are going to be a lot of fun. So going over the bowl package real quick. Going over the bowl package, the college football bowl package, first of all, it's a minimum of 14 games. You may get 16, 18, 20, but it's a minimum of 14 games with a winning percentage guarantee at 64%. So I think that's 9-5, if I'm not mistaken, or 10-4. I'd have to double check. 9-5 or better. So you have to win at least 9 out of the 14 or better, or you get a week of premium plays free. I did get them to throw in. They didn't want to. It was about the only thing that I got them to change. They threw in, for everybody that signs up early on it, my college football personal play game of the year, which is on Wednesday. Or you could purchase that separately. But that is Wednesday. They threw that in for free. They threw in the College Football National Championship game for free, which they always sell for $100. They threw in 3 days of soccer for a special private soccer package, and then the Cappers Direct swag package. Hats, I finally get to go pick up today. I actually saw them over the weekend getting boxed up. They wanted to make sure that I approved of them, so I finally get to go pick up that second round of hats finally today. So you get a minimum 14-game bowl package with a minimum win percentage of 64%. More than likely, there'll be more than 14 plays in it. There always is more, but they always put out a minimum. You get my college football personal play game of the year on Wednesday. You get the national championship game, which is a $100 game. You get 3 days of soccer, which is supposed to start, I think, tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one just yet. I'll find out after the live show. I didn't even know they were including that. And then the Cappers Direct swag package, hat, t-shirt, mug, all shipped to you for $249. So it's going to be a fun time. Definitely going to be a fun time to go bowling, that's for sure. Ross, don't send you the swag package. If you don't want a swag package, give it to a vet. If you'll send an email, Ross, to cd@cappersdirect.com and let them know, because I'm not going to be doing the shipping for the... It's under my control, but the person that's going to be printing out all the labels and all of that, they're going to be doing it as orders come in. But definitely, I'll be more than happy to donate it, Ross, to a vet, and I appreciate that. Most definitely. Edward, yeah, Michigan State, what a disaster. What a disaster. Nathan, I want one of those goat shirts. I don't even have one yet. But you can definitely get one. In the link down below, or the other merchandise at shop.cappersdirect.com. I love it. 10 thumbs downs, and we're going to be giving away free shit. I love it. Haters gotta hate, right? Haters gotta hate, and we're going to have a great time today. Ross, thank you. I see you just signed up for it right now as well. I'll make sure I try and remind them as well to take your order and make sure that the merch gets donated. Jared Nichols says Baylor and Gonzaga cover. More than likely, we'll try and break down those games as well. We should definitely have a chance. Right, David? There's the clown horn. There's the clown horn for them. Looking to have some fun today. It's funny, the more I talk about the thumbs downs, the more the douchebags show up. What they don't realize is it actually helps us. So while I can, coerce a thumbs down out of somebody, it actually helps get us an interaction. So it doesn't hurt us by giving a thumbs down. Obviously, we'd like to see more thumbs up than thumbs downs, but, it doesn't hurt us. Just by hitting one helps us. Puts more money in my pocket. So for all the haters out there, just letting you know, every time you hit that thumbs down, it theoretically puts more money in my pocket, more money in the company's pocket. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so logging in, we're going to jump right into the breakdowns. We will start with Monday Night Football. Then we'll go to college football, and then we will take a look at some college hoops as well. Going to try and make this a fun yet busy day. William says, even my girl asks from time to time what Kyle say today. Very nice, Justice. Very nice. Dr. Franco, if they don't comment, do we know they're watching? No, they don't tell us who's watching, unfortunately. They don't tell us who's watching, unfortunately. And yes, so, the bowl package officially is not starting until I believe Thursday is the first official bowl game, but you get my game of the week, or excuse me, my game of the year on Wednesday included in that package. Thomas, what qualifies as a game of the year compared to say a premium? Well, for me personally, this is one of my personal plays. It's going to be it's my personal play game of the year. And so basically the difference between that and a premium play, that and a personal play, is something that I just absolutely love. Something where the numbers don't make sense, the numbers don't line up, where I feel the lines are off significantly on a game that I just absolutely love and that I'm willing to step out on and put a much bigger dollar amount on. Whereas I normally bet, $3K a game on premium plays, my personal plays start out around $10K on a game of the week, guaranteed Saturday. Whereas a game of the year I'll have 30, 40, 50 grand on, spread out over a couple books. So it's just a game that I just feel more confident in, and I don't have them all the time. Or sometimes I'll have one or on that level, and we don't classify it as one. But sometimes I don't even have one. Sometimes I'll go a whole year without making a 40, 50K wager. Matter of fact, last year, the company put out a college football game of the year, and they won it. I did not put out my personal play college football game of the year last year. So I don't have to have one. There's no requirement that says I have to have one. There's people that have these suckers twice a year. You know what I mean? There's people that will have an NBA game of the year in the first half, and then the second half. Same thing with college football. It's a joke. And as a whole, as a company, we can say we've only lost one. We just lost our the company's college football game of the year, what was it, 2 months ago, a month ago? And that's the first one the company ever lost as a whole under the company. But as far as myself personally goes, that I've given out to clients, I haven't lost one yet, and I don't plan to. I plan to keep my reputation intact with that one and undefeated. And Justice said, like I said, a 5-stack game. Exactly. Just as lock of the week of the year, right? Right? But I will have a game of the week later in the week. That one's lining up towards later in the week. So we've got the bowl package, which officially for us will start Thursday for the official bowl package. But if you buy it early, you get my college football game of the year on Wednesday for free. And then soccer, I'll find out what day that's starting. Justice says game of the year 10 times a year, right? Right? Some people seem to have them quite too often. I didn't even have a college football personal play game of the year last year. Thomas, no problem. If I had to pick one Cincinnati player to score, who would it be? I'd have to probably say Mixon, but he's injured. So he's not playing. So I don't have any hope in the Bengals scoring. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, how much time does Giovanni Bernard get after getting benched after his turnover? Do they let him play today? I don't know who. I don't know who can score for him. If Giovanni Bernard gets to play and he starts, and they even get down in the red zone, maybe. gains and games, as I was going to say, a pick six for the other team. That I agree. That I agree. Celis, good morning. Glad to have you tuning in with us. All right, so we're going to jump into the game. Steelers lay in 14 minus $1.14. You can get the Bengals plus 14.5 minus 116. Interesting numbers there. With a total over and under 40.5 points. This appears to be a circled game on Bet Online, which does not allow you to parlay or tease, unfortunately. So you can't tease the under in the Bengals or the over in the Steelers or any combination. Ocho Cinco is going to be starting, and he'll get the first touchdown, right? William, that's a good one right there. That's a good one. Edward says I got 25 on it if you're on it. Nah, I don't. Alex says I think the Cincinnati kicker. Cincinnati's money line is only plus 700. Keep in mind they're only plus 700. Nico Chi, what update on last week's game of the week? You'll get this week's as a makeup, as I've always said, later in the week. Palmer's going to be great tonight, right? Palmer will throw for 390 yards from the blackjack table at the Aria. Guys crack me up. The problem with Boyd is he'll actually have to have one thrown at him. But I actually have Boyd. Fantasy, and it's down to 2 players. So speaking of fantasy, for all our fantasy players out there, I am not the fantasy guru at all. I am down by 5.16 points with 1 player each left. He's got his tight end for Eric Ebron. And I have Juju Smith-Schuster. I need to make up 6 points. I need Juju to have a hell of a game. I also have Tyler Boyd on my team, but he's only projected to have 8.5 points. I picked up Higgins as an added option in case Juju went down or something happened. Justice said, did somebody say blackjack? Blackjack? Exactly. Ryan, I don't like it for the fact that you said Bernard anytime score. Thomas says you need Juju to get 26 points with your fantasy league. Well, hey, brother, here's hoping Juju has a monster game for us, all right? I'm hoping after last game, after Ebron had all those dropped passes, and Juju was targeted 7 times, and he caught 6 of them. So I'm hoping Big Ben will have more faith in Juju. And knowing that the only pass that he dropped, actually didn't drop, the only pass that he was targeted and that he did not haul in last week was an error by Big Ben. So hopefully he goes to Juju quite a bit more and he can have a big game for us, much like he's done earlier in the season. Greg Wynn, thank you, sir, for jumping on board the bowl package. You guys will start seeing access to all that stuff today, to the pages anyways, showing you the updates and what to expect. Some of the bowl games will actually be posted early, but remember, not all of them, for the fact that, COVID and stuff like that. things can definitely and drastically change from time to time. All right, so we'll start taking a look at the game. We're going to start taking a look at that game. And Thomas, just for shits and giggles, the first touchdown scorer of the game. You know, if I was smart, I would probably bet props on Ebron having a monster game. That way I can cover my losses. It is a big money league. It's $1,000 entry and $100 per move. And after picking up Higgins, I have now 11 moves on the year. So my tally is 2,100. So if I was smart, and if I don't win today, I don't get paid. Only first and second are getting paid. But Juju is plus 800. To get the first touchdown of the game. It will only on BetOnline let you win up to $1,000 on the first touchdown score. So I just put 110 on Juju for us right there to get the first touchdown of the game. Hopefully we get a big omen and we get a nice TD on the board for us right away. All right, so we're going to break down the game. Steelers laying that big 14 minus $1.14. Going to pop up the breakdown and we're going to have some fun. Thomas, it's actually a really good idea. Joseph, I actually elected not to. I had Connor in my fantasy, and I did not start him. I actually, which is probably a good thing. I had Kamara, and I was able to pick up Leonard Fournette yesterday. I picked him up yesterday, actually, right before game started. And he ended up getting me 20 points even, which was fantastic. 2 rushing TDs, only 49 rushing yards, 16 receptions, but he got me 20 points. Connor is only projected to get 10. I know he's listed as questionable. He only played 23 snaps. However, Cincinnati has given up the 16th most fantasy points to running backs this season, so he probably does have a big game. Mike Hockey says Snell Jr. for the first TD. I had him on my fantasy. I dropped him. Yeah, Thomas, I was actually shocked that he was available. I figured he probably gave me a better opportunity to score points than Connor did. All right, Steelers, 11-2, straight up. 8-5 against spread, 5-7-1 to the over. Riding their 2-game losing streak. They won 11 straight, and then they just dropped 2 to the football team, losing by 6, 23-17, and to the Bills, losing by 11, 26-15. Then you've got the Bengals, 2-10-1. 2-10-1. They have not won since their big win over the Titans back on November 1st. They're Joe Burrow-less. They have lost 5 straight, most notably losing to Dallas 30-7, losing to the Miami Dolphins 19-7, and losing to the Giants 19-17. They also lost to the football team 20-9. Their defense hasn't been giving up too many points, but lately they've been playing very shitty offenses. Here's an interesting number for you. Hold that thought. Joseph, that's actually a very good analysis right there. I do have Juju in the flex. I could put Connor in. My only fear is Connor's not going to be as healthy and only going to be in for 23 snaps like he was last week. That's my only fear. But yes, they do give up those big fantasy points. They do give up 4.6 yards per carry. Joseph, it makes a lot of sense. I will definitely look at that one. That is a big viable option. My only fear is that, just doesn't get the snap count needed. That's my only fear. I agree. Wouldn't have played last week if he wasn't healthy. I do agree. What better way to get him back into game form than against a 2-10-1 team in the Bengals? I do agree, though. Now, Monday night divisional matchup. Boy, does it look loaded, right? Boy, does it look loaded. Steelers own the number 2 seed in the AFC playoffs. And they keep stumbling. Stumbled once, stumbled twice. Shane, Bengals team total 13. Do they score more than 10? Probably not, but, it's always hard to bet a team under 2 scores. You know what I mean? One good kick return could line them up for a field goal. One Big Ben pick six, you're right there. So it's always hard to want to bet the under on those. I'd rather bet the over than the under, but I don't like the over. Cincinnati 9-1 against the spread, the second game of the season versus an opponent. The Bengals 9-1 against the spread, their last 10 games as the second game of the season versus an opponent. Steelers 4-20-1 in 25 games, 4 wins, 20 losses, 1 push against the spread the last 25 games on the road against inopportunistic teams with a turnover differential of worse than negative 0.65 turnovers a game. Cincinnati does not cover the spread on the road against poor offenses. Edward says, Dr. Franco, if the Jets can win, anything is possible. Actually, speaking of the Jets, I think they just got caught tanking too much, and they finally had to play to their capability. Under the total is 4 wins and a push in the last 5 meetings. They did just play November 15th with the Steelers beating them by 26, 36-10. That game did go over the total. However, the 4 prior meetings, including 2 last year and 2 the year before, all went under. Snell is absolutely terrible in my opinion. David says, classic Steelers, Tomlin and his guys play down to competition. They generally do. Kind of like my golf game. I play up to the competition. When I get to play with a buddy of mine that's a scratch golfer, man, all of a sudden he's like, dude, you're not a 20. You're not a 20. And I'm just like, seriously, come out and watch me play on a daily basis. I'm a 20 handicap. Maybe an 18 on a good day. But no, I play with some good golfers and my game gets better all of a sudden. Now, take a look at the numbers on this game. First of all, you've got the Steelers that average 26.8 points a game with Big Ben at the helm. They average just 3.7 yards a game rushing the ball, 89 yards on average on the ground each and every single game. Yeah, Jeff, I did see that. A Jets fan bet that their first win would be against the Rams in Week 15. I forget how much he bet. It was like $100 that paid $15,000. It was insane. It was amazing. Good for him. Good for him. Steelers averaging 6.1 yards per passing attempt, 246 yards a game. Cincinnati, with most of these numbers, and those averages keep coming down week by week, were because of Joe Burrow. Now they're Joe Burrow-less. They averaged 92 yards a game on the ground, 3.8 yards per carry, only 18.8 points per game scored, and that number keeps going down and down and down. They averaged 227 in the air, 5.8 yards per passing attempt. But where we really need to focus is those defense. Defense, where the Bengals give up 26 points a game. 4.6 yards per carry, 132 on the ground. You want to run the ball against the Bengals, you can here. They give up 251 yards a game in the air, 7.2 yards per passing attempt. Hopefully all those passing attempts are to Juju Smith-Schuster. For myself and Thomas, who need him for fantasies. They're negative 10 on turnovers. The Bengals are negative 10 in the turnover department, where the Steelers are plus 11 in the turnover department. A 21 turnover differential between these two teams. Steelers give up 18.2 points per game. They are allowing 4.2 yards per carry and just 5.8 yards per passing attempt, giving up just 202 in the air. As far as this one goes, I'm never a fan of laying 2 touchdowns. Never a fan of laying 2 touchdowns. I'm not a fan of double-digit favorites in the NFL because anything can and will happen, as we've seen with the Steelers. As far as this one goes, I did put out a free play on the Steelers' first half team total. Put it out last night over 13.5. Depending on which book you had it, I know Rivers Casinos Group had it at 14.5 at plus money. I've seen 14. However, last night it was 13.5 when I bet it. I did rebet it at 14, minus 105 this morning for a second time. But as long as you're getting 14 or less, you should be good. Preferably 13.5 is what you should be getting. Gains and games, you took the halftime bet. Fantastic. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Look at the comment section. As far as the side on this game goes, not the fan of laying 14 points. But if I had to, I would. I do lean towards the Steelers. I'm just not a fan of laying 14 points. As far as the total goes, 40.5. I think in order to get the over, you're going to have to get 7 to 10 points out of the Bengals. Somehow, some way, you're going to have to get seven to 10 points out of the Bengals in order to hit the over, in my opinion. I do lean towards the over, but again, as of right now, as of right this second, I'm steering clear of it. But that may change when we put out our plays. Our plays are not out yet. Subject to change. Obviously, and a lean is exactly that. It's just a lean, something that we're leaning towards. Nathan says he thinks it barely goes over. Minus 7.5, Thomas says, for the first half. Put the mortgage on it. 7 would be a lot more attractive, and then I'd want to put the mortgage on it. First quarter, Steelers laying 3. Shapendi, good morning. Now, we're going to take a look at some props. Going to take a look at some props. We're going to go to passing touchdowns. Big Ben was at 3. plus 134 last night. The option for 2 is not available. Him and his 29 passing touchdowns on the year. He has not had 3 passing touchdowns since his last game against the Bengals, where he put up 4 passing touchdowns. He put up 333 yards in that game, went 27 of 46. He had 4 passing touchdowns. As far as Big Ben's passing touchdowns, it's definitely, attractive. But when you take a look at the Bengals, yes, they gave up 30 to the Cowboys. Andy Dalton only had 2 passing touchdowns in that game. They gave up just 20 to the football team. 19 to the Dolphins. 19 to the Giants. It's been a while. It's been a while since they gave up 3 or more touchdown passes, and that was against Big Ben. Big Ben torch him again? We're going to find out. As far as touchdowns go, because we're going to bounce around some player props here, and remember, I don't just put out a prop to put out a prop. I'm very selective on what we put out. Juju leading the charge at 7 on the year. He had one last week. He caught 6 of the 7 passes that went his way. The Steelers have been plagued by dropped passes as of late. I think Juju gets a touchdown. I think Big Ben has renewed confidence in him and throws the ball his way a lot more. So as far as touchdowns go, Juju anytime TD plus 129, going to put it on the board. It'll be the first thing that we put on the board this morning. All right, let's get that on the board. The Juju anytime touchdown. Remember, when we bet props, we bet them smaller like penny slot machines. They are everywhere. What did I say it was? Plus 129. If you guys don't know who Juju is, then you guys shouldn't be betting the prop anyways. All right? That's saving me from having to write Smith-Schuster on the board. All right? Juju anytime TD plus 129. Lock it in. I did bet him for $110 to win $1,000 as the first touchdown scorer of the game. Only because of fantasy. Only, by the way. Taking a look at reception props. Going right back to Juju's reception props. Taking a look at it. His reception props over and under 6.5 is plus 100. You can get 6 minus 217. He's had it in the last 3 games. Big Ben has had some renewed confidence in him. He had 6, 7, and 8. But again, I'm not a fan of laying the 200 to get it at 6. I don't like it at 7. I do not like it at 7. Now, Deontay Johnson, the wide receiver, out of Toledo. Now, this kid gets some catches. He gets targeted a lot, and he drops the ball a lot. He only had 4 receptions his last game. But prior games before that, he had 8, 8, 12, 6, and 6. His prop is sitting at 7 at plus 112. 6 is minus 167. 5 is minus 200. I do like the 6 minus 167, but I'm going to hold off on that one as of just right this second. Give me 1 second, folks. Now the Connor, they do not have up for his receptions. His receptions are not up. Just depends on how much time he gets. And he was still listed as questionable as of yesterday. Looking at other avenues, the Ebron is at 4, minus 143. He had a lot of drops. A lot. In his last game against Buffalo, he had 2 catches for 30 yards. And if I'm not mistaken, he had 3 drops in that game. He was targeted 5 times. Now the Washington prop, the James Washington prop, I think this could be a sleeper for us here. He's had 2 receptions in 4 out of his last 5 games. The problem is they're juicing you at 2 and making it 217. I think the wild card here at 3 plus 127. He's got 2 touchdowns in 2 games. I do like the James Washington 3 receptions. At plus 127. That I do like. Joseph Brown says Ebron that drops his whole career. That he has. So James Washington, at least 3 catches, plus 127. We'll put that up on the board. Oops. And we're going to put it as 3 plus because it needs 3 or more. All right. 3 or more. Not 4. You just need 3. Plus 127. All right, we'll leave it up there as that. Just looking through some of these avenues. Taking a look at the Bengals side, because obviously they're going to have some offensive output. All right, Ryan Finley's going to try and do something. Assuming he's capable of it. As far as the Bengals go, the Bengals props, taking a look, staying in the reception area. Boyd is obviously their biggest target on the year. He just hasn't been hit very much. He had 5 receptions in the last game. He had 1 against the Dolphins, 3 against the Giants. Other than that, he was one of Burrow's favorite targets. I think he'll be reliable today at minus 167 to hit at least 4 or more. So T. Boyd, 4 receptions, minus 167. Putting that up on the board as well. Didn't have to do too many changes to this. Now, throwing this in a parlay. Give me 1 second here. Doing a fun little parlay in the props. Juju having a touchdown. Boyd having at least 4 receptions. Washington having 2, even though the board says 3, taking the 2 at minus 217. Juju at 6 at 217. Waiting for it to shift over so I can see what the odds pay as a parlay. Pays plus 500 for Juju to get a touchdown, plus 129. Boyd to have at least 4 receptions, minus 167. James Washington to have 2 receptions, minus 217. And Juju to have 6 receptions at minus 217. 200 returns 1,200. I try and bet it and it says unauthorized. What bullshit is that? 100 to bet to win 600 unauthorized. Let's try that again. Because ain't that a crock of shit. I might have to log back in. I have been a little inactive for a while, so I might have to log back in. Try logging back in. Hopefully, it allows me to bet that because that is a money-making prop parlay right there. Shane says his new stimulus is going towards ice fishing equipment. Very nice. The Bengals first half, total at 7 and the full game at 13. What's my opinion? Not sure. Not sure. Not a big fan of the Bengals scoring too many times today, in my opinion. Alrighty. So it's making me do that parlay again if I want it. I'm going to attempt to see if it will allow me to. If it will allow me to, I'm going to. I'm going to bet it if it allows me to. Because that's a winner. And then just the touchdowns, at least, throw Juju in there at plus 129. And if you throw in Pitt minus 14.5, it would pay plus 800, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to take the plus 500 if it allows me and put 200 on it. And it's going through. Bet is submitted. Lock it in. I'll actually post it so you guys can see it. I'll take a screenshot of it and throw it up here. But I bet exactly what I just said as far as the parlay goes. It's just a fun little parlay. Fun little prop parlay. $200 pays back $1,200. You win $1,000 total. Win 1,000 total. Let's see here. I might need to take a screenshot on my cell phone and throw it over, because when you do... Oh, here we go. Just scale it down a little bit for you guys. Because the way they do their props is a little weird. The way they report it in the open bets. It makes it confusing to be able to see. So, but I'm going to post it up here on the screen as well while I get my game day breakdowns ready for not just the college football game, but we're going to take a look at college basketball as well. We're going to take a little look at it. We got a lot of fun planned for this week. A lot of fun planned for this week, folks. I'm super excited for the bowl games and the bowl package. My game of the year, for my college football game of the year, is on Wednesday. My game of the week is looking, pending COVID and players being out or ruled out or games being canceled. We're looking at a Friday game for my game of the week. So I'm excited. It's going to be a busy week. All right, there's that. Let me remove the banner going across the screen. There you guys go. Little 200 wins 1,000, get you 1,200 back. Tony Zaha, you don't say good morning. Good morning. Sorry, Tony, I'm not just sitting here reading all the comments. I'm actually doing things like betting games. So I'm not always just reading every comment. I don't sit here and read every single comment that goes by the board of 175 people. But I can tell you this much. You guys want to see a free play on the board, 178 people here. You guys better start hitting that thumbs up button. Let me tell you, you guys are definitely lacking. We're going to hold it hostage today. We're going to hold it hostage today until you guys start hitting that thumbs up button. That's for sure. I'm going to be that asshole. Happy Monday to you, right? And I know you guys are going to want a free play, and then when you guys don't get one, I'm going to be like, hey, I wanted thumbs ups. You guys shouldn't have been such tightwads. So, yeah, you guys want something. Hey, this is give and take world, right? Johnny K, I took them live when they were up. I took them live at plus 130. But small. Small. Jeff's just here to see my mug. I know. Glad to have you here, Jeff. Always glad to have you here, brother. North Texas, Appalachian State. Gonna have some good games this week. Gonna have some good games this week. That is for sure. The Myrtle Beach Bowl. That's what we're taking a look at next. North Texas, Appalachian State, game 267, 268. Hot diggity dog, we see a 4-5 team in a bowl game. Yet Army, who's 9-2, was left out of a bowl game. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. J-Rock, I know I need to. I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to make a bracket for it. Hey, Ernie, it's the NFL. Any team can win on any given Sunday. But last time I checked, today's not Sunday. So, nope, not happening today. You can quote me on that one. North Texas, 4-5 and in a bowl game. Poor Army. 9-2 and got left out. Nobody wants to play them. App State, but I did see Dave Portnoy on Barstool Sports said he would finance and pay for the bowl game if somebody would step up and play Army. If he pays for uniforms, can we put together a Cap Nation team? App State, 8-3 straight up. Just 2-9 against the spread. A very poor team to be betting on all year long. 4-7 to the over. I mean, 7 of their 11 games have gone under the total. Line on this one, North Texas North Texas catching 21.5 at -115, 21 at -105. Appalachian State laying 21 minus $1.15 with a total over and under 67 points. Who's ready and who's excited for bowl season? I know I am. I am super stoked, super pumped for the college football bowl season. We're not getting all the bowl games. It's not going to be a normal one. We get the COVID effect. But I will tell you one thing. I am super pumped about what we get. We may not get all we wanted, but we got a lot, and I'm definitely excited for it. Neverez, good morning. No, it's not posted yet. I'm hoping it'll be posted later today at one point. Justice, I actually have a real barbershop pole that lights up and spins. I just got to figure out a way to mount it. Properly. It was supposed to go right there, and I'm going to try and figure out a way to do it. Rich says this guy is stoked for bowl season. Man, I know I am. Bowls are a lot of fun. Great way to make a lot of money, too. All right, diving in to these numbers. First of all, App State, 13-5-1 against the spread their last 19 games. When they are playing in a game with a total of 60 points or more. His barbershop pole is actually a stripper pole. You wish, Jeff. You wish. It's a light-up barbershop pole. North Texas, 1-9 against the spread their last 3 years versus good teams that win 60% or better. App State, 13-2 to the under their last 15 games versus an opponent after a conference straight-up win. David Kisser says, love me some Bulls, but I do get a little depressed because it's the end of college football season. Right around January 1st, it starts kicking in for me, David, and it's like right in the face. Like, boom, bowl season's done, college football's done. That's when it hits me. It doesn't hit me until right around the first of the year, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day bowl games. Then I'm like, oh man, the season's about over. This sucks. Last year I got to sit down near the field for the Fiesta Bowl. I think I was, third row or second row? Can't remember. For the Fiesta Bowl between Clemson and Ohio State. And unfortunately, no fans at the Fiesta Bowl this year. That sucks. That part sucks. Take a look. Let's start with North Texas. They do average 35.1 points per game. They average 230 yards a game on the ground, 5.4 yards per carry. They are a run-heavy program. They average 43 run plays to just 33 passing plays, where they average 285 in the air, 8.6 yards per passing attempt. They've been able to pass the ball as well. App State averaging just under 32 points a game. Another run-heavy program, averaging 46 running attempts per game at 5.3 yards per carry, 244 on the ground. They average just 26 offensive plays that are passing plays a game, averaging 192 in the air, 7.4 yards per passing attempt. But where we really need to take a look at is the defense. While North Texas scores a lot, they give up an absolute shit ton of points. All right, they give up 41.3 points per game. They give up 244 a game on the ground. 5.5 yards per carry, which is right up App State's number. They average 5.3 yards a game running the ball up against a North Texas defense that gives up 5.5 yards per carry. Look for App State to keep running the ball. That's the only thing that scares me with the total, is that App State will continue to run unless they're ripping off a big 60 or 70 yarder, which is definitely possible. I can see the game slipping and staying under the total. I think it can be close. North Texas, they also give up 266 yards a game in the air, 8.1 yards per passing attempt. It's a pick your poison kind of defense, all right, with North Texas this year. You can either run the ball, or you can pass the ball, or you can do a combination of both to knock the snot out of them. They are -5 in the turnovers. They'll be going up against an App State team that is even Steven on the turnovers. They are +0, -0. They give up just 144 a game on the ground, 4.1 yards per carry. They give up 170 in the air at 5.9 yards per passing attempt, and a very low 19.3 points per game. Now, is North Texas really outmatched in this game? Is North Texas really outmatched? Are they really a 21-point dog against App State, who is going to run the ball? Because we all know North Texas, they're going to run the ball as well. But when they move the ball down the field through the air, they are very efficient as well. They are coming off a win. They just beat UTEP 45-43 in a absolutely high-scoring game where we saw almost 90 points. Before that, they had a little two-game losing stint where they lost to Louisiana Tech 42-31. They lost to UTSA 49-17 as a 1-point dog. And you take a look at App State. You know, they started out the year great. I mean, they were fantastic right out of the gate. They won against Charlotte. They had that 17-7 loss against Marshall. Then they rattled off 5 straight wins, beating Campbell, Arkansas State, Louisiana Monroe, Texas State, and Georgia State. Then they ran into Coastal Carolina, and it's been lose one, win one, lose one, win one. Now, they just beat Georgia Southern on the 12th of December, and they beat them 34-26. What do we see out of this game? All right, what do we see out of this game? Now, taking a look at App State's most recent bowl trends. They're 5-0 straight up and 3-2 against the spread in their last 5 bowl games. They are also 4-1 straight up, but 2-3 against the spread in ASU bowl games as well. Now, App State 3-0 straight up and 3-0 against the spread as a favorite of less than a touchdown. And North Texas has won just 1 of its last 6 bowl games, while they're 2-4 against the spread. Favorites when facing off against North Texas in a bowl game are 6-0 straight up and 5-1 against the spread. J-Rock, I would love to know what you put in your brine for your orange turkey. I would love to know. Send me an email. I posted my email in the comment section. I'd love to know if you'd share it with me, what you brine it with your orange turkey. I'm doing an extra turkey this year for Christmas. We're doing smoking 2 turkeys, and we've got a big ham as well. As far as the North Texas game goes, as far as this one goes, first of all, you guys are lacking on the thumbs ups, that's for sure. You guys are at 101. Don't just stop because you see 100. You guys want something for free from me. I want something from you guys. All right? I don't ask that you guys sign up. If you guys want to sign up, fantastic. If you don't, no big deal. The only thing that we ask is that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and give us a big thumbs up in the video. It's all that we ask. To the 13 that gave the thumbs down, thank you for your help. Thank you for putting more money in my pocket, you douchebags. But thank you, we appreciate it. Smoked prime rib, I have. Now, as far as this one goes, I do lean towards App State. But I lean towards App State in the first half. Frozen screen, thank you. I'll get that one fixed. The reason why I just is North Texas, their offensive numbers are pretty damn stellar. They're impressive. I think North Texas overall for the game can keep it within 21.5. I think they put up some points. I do like App State in the first half, laying 12.5. But I think late North Texas can put in that touchdown or two at the very end and keep it within the number. Now, that's just a lean. Doesn't mean I'm going and firing, anything on North Texas. Not yet anyways. But I do think that they should be able to keep it within the number, in my opinion. Now, they did get blown out by Charlotte back on the 10th of October, which was a team that App State beat by 15 as well. So that part kind of gets me wondering. But for the most part, I think late in the game, North Texas can put one or two up. That will definitely help. I think there's definitely some avenues here. App State's first quarter team total 10.5. That's for the actual team total, not the full game first quarter over. That's just individual team total. First half numbers, App State over 23.5, North Texas 9.5. The full game, North Texas sitting at 21.5, App State at 44. First quarter over at 14, first half set at 35, the full game at 67. I think this one goes down to the wire when it comes to the actual game. As of right now, no opinion on the actual full game total. The only thing that I lean towards on this one is North Texas plus the points for the full game and App State in the first half. I think North Texas will get that backdoor cover type of play at some point late in the game. I can go for some ham and eggs this morning. I'm not a big ham eater. My family likes ham, but I'm not a big ham eater. I'll eat ham and eggs for breakfast, and that's about it. That I do like. Alrighty, so going to move into college hoops. We're going to talk a little college hoops. Tomorrow we get some more bowl games that I'm really excited for. And until then, we get some college basketball today. Clemson starting in 7 minutes against Morehead State. Laying that big 24. Not sure that I can, although they did lose to Ohio State by 33. The 24th ranked Clemson Tigers coming off their loss to Virginia Tech. I mean, they put a pounding on South Carolina State, but I just don't know if I have any faith in them to lay 24 early today. Never has honey baked ham. That's what we usually order. Matt, I did not say that I don't like it. I think my opinion is it gets very close to the number of 67. Take it easy, Shane. Edward jumping over to the iPhone side. Very nice. I like it. I like it. All right, so popping up some college basketball information. We're not going to be live for too long with college hoops. We'll talk a couple games. I like it. Look at that text message. Alrighty. Logging in for college hoops. Where'd my live chat go? There it is. Bill McDonald says Little Rock is a good play today and a pick 'em. Omar, good morning. Good morning to everybody, including all Cap Nation members, Cap Nation family members. We will have more exclusive content. Johnny K, how long should you fade yourself? Until necessary. As far as YouTube member exclusive content, it's looking like we'll have some more exclusive content tomorrow for YouTube exclusive members that hit that join button. All right, so college hoops. I only have time to break down a game or two, so we'll take a quick little gander at some of these games today. Try and take a look at some of these early games. Texas A&M and Wofford. We'll take a look at that one first. That game's starting in an hour and 4 minutes. In an hour and 4 minutes. Give me 1 second, folks. Just double checking something here. All right, Wofford, Texas A&M on the SEC network for everybody. Chapenny starting vacation January 1st. Fantastic. Wofford 3-2 on the year for the Terriers. Jay McCauley and his Terriers, guys, coming off a win over Coastal Carolina, beating them by 11, 88-77. Before that, they had a 2-point loss to South Florida, a 5-point loss to Richmond. They beat Carver. They beat Toluca Falls. They're going to be going up against an Aggies team that's 4-1. Buzz Williams and his program, their only loss coming to TCU by way of blowout, losing 73-55 before that. Actually, after that, they had a bounce-back win on Tuesday against Southeastern Louisiana, squeaking by them by 17. Before that, before their loss against TCU, they had wins against UT Rio Grande Valley, 81-68. They had that 7-point victory over Tarleton State and New Orleans. They were able to beat by 29 points. Now, how are they going to favor against Wofford? First of all, let's take a look at the numbers, and let's take a look at the side-by-side comparison for what we're going to get here. Texas A&M laying 6.5. Wofford catching 6.5 plus or minus 105. You could actually get them at +7 minus $1.15. Total on this one over and under 133 points. As far as this one goes, when you start comparing the numbers side by side, first of all, Texas A&M is a fairly efficient offense. They actually have a really efficient defense. As a matter of fact, they're the 49th best defense based on adjusted efficiencies in our system. When you take a look at Wofford and their numbers, first of all, they're hitting 53.2% from the field. They knock down 35.2% of all their three-point plays. They're efficient with all their two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, hitting 53.6%. They struggle from the charity stripe, 63% conversion from the free throw line. Texas A&M, hitting 54% from the field. Actually, it's a tenth under at 53.9% from the field. They convert 33.7% of all their three-point plays, 56.2% of all their two-point plays, jump shot, layup, and dunk. They're knocking down 72% of all their free throws. Offensive rebounds, they recover 34.5% of all the rebounds are offensive rebounds, which has them as the 43rd best offensive rebounding team in Division I. When you start going up against the defense, the numbers that we really need to focus on are Texas A&M. Their defense is pretty strong. They're holding teams to 50% shooting from the field. They're converting a high, 9th in Division I, 9th best, 27.5% turnover rate. They're holding teams to 34.5% three-point shooting, 48.9% of all their opponents' two-point plays are dropping, and teams are hitting 63% from the charity stripe against them. Now, height advantage. About an inch, a little over an inch height advantage, Texas A&M. Two-foul participation, major advantage for Texas A&M as Wofford is in it 60% of the time. They don't go to the bench for very much, just 13% of the minutes. What does that equal to me? Equals a lot of easy extra buckets down low for Texas A&M. Once Wofford's players pick up 2 or 3 fouls, they'll be less likely to swat the ball, less likely to go after a loose ball and risk a loose ball foul, etc., etc., etc. Line on this one hanging out at 133. All right, the line on this one hanging out at 133. Barring a scoring drought, I see the game on this one going over. I do like the over in this one. It does start in 59 minutes. I do like the over 130, what did I say it was, 133, minus $1.15. And I cannot lie, I do like Texas A&M laying the 6.5 as well. I don't have anything on it as of yet, but I am going to put a little fun money parlay, Texas A&M, and the over 133, and I have to get it at 6.5 and 133.5 based on Bet Online because you can't, even though they're minus 105, you can't take it down. But just for fun, a little $200 fun money parlay pays back $529. I just locked it in myself. Just a little fun money parlay for the live show. Other than that, I don't have any money on this game. When you do look at it, though, I do lean towards Texas A&M laying the 6.5 points. Now, I have about enough time to do one more college hoops breakdown. Who would you guys like me to break down? College hoops. You guys throw it out there in the comment section. Let me know who you guys like. Stats can definitely be deceptive, that's for sure. But I do lean towards the over in this one. That I do. Somebody asking for Campbell against NC Wilmington. Texas State game. Clemson and Morehead State, the game just started. No need to break that one down. Give me 1 second, folks. Alrighty. Rather than that one, look at that Bryant game with a total of 163.5. Nobody's on the Bryant over anymore. You guys are off that trend. You guys jumped off of that bus. Probably a good thing. All right, Texas State, Northern Arizona is what we're breaking down. That is my choice. Why? Because I have a free play in it. I do have a free play in that game for you guys. If you guys would like it, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. You guys are at 116 with 177 here. There should be no reason why you guys don't have 150 thumbs ups. So go ahead, start smashing it right now. Start smashing it right now, and then go hit that join button right next to it. Join our YouTube exclusive member perks. There will be some members exclusive content. You never know, I might post members only exclusive content as far as a bet slip goes for something that has not been given out or will not be going out to anybody other than YouTube exclusive members. More than likely, that will get posted today. We have a lot of fun stuff to do, so if you're not part of the YouTube exclusive community, click that join button. It's right next to the subscribe button. If you have an iPhone and you don't see the join button. Danny Daniels, thank you for joining as well, most recently. Glad to have you with us, brother. One of the few out of the Cap Nation bunch that I've had the pleasure of actually meeting. I love being able to meet you guys. But if you do not have a join button, you can click this link right here to join, where you'll have access to exclusive content as well. All right, so Texas State laying 9 as of right now. Minus 480 on the money line. Over and under 127. First half, Texas State laying 5. Northern Arizona catching 9 for the full game and 5 for the first half. Let me pop up the stats on this one. Alrighty. Now, first of all, let's start with Northern Arizona. They're 0-4 for the Lumberjacks out of Flagstaff, Arizona. They lost to Arizona, 96-53. They lost to UC Riverside by 24. They lost to Colorado by 39. They lost to Eastern Washington by 16. When you take a look at Texas State, the Bobcats, Terrence Johnson, and the Sun Belt Conference Bobcats are off to a 5-3 start with losses to Mississippi State and Texas. And oh my Lord, Our Lady of the Lake beat them 61-58. A Division III school did beat them. They have wins over Denver, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. Twice, actually, beat them 75-63, as well as 51-46. Now, this game, when you start taking a look at the numbers, first of all, when you look at Northern Arizona, and you look at their stats, you see a lot of red. They hit just 37.8% from the field, 24.7% three-point shooting. They convert just 38.2% of all their two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. and they are a 66% free throw shooting team. If you are a horrible shooting team, from everywhere on the court, there's one thing that you should at least practice, and that's knocking down your flipping free throws, and they still can't make them. Now, Texas State, on the other hand, they are a better offensive unit, but not by much, all right? They average 48.4% shooting from the field, 35.5%, which is top 1/3 in Division I when it comes to shooting the three ball. They convert just 46.9% of all their two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, as well as a 68% free throw shooting team. Nathan says, as bad as Texas State is, can't take them, and NAU. Northern Arizona is absolutely horrible. Horrible. Dr. Franco says you give out the winner. I'm going to give out the winner. Go ahead. Hit that like button 26 more times. Go ahead. Come on. I don't have all day. Let's get it going, folks. 2-foul participation. Both participate. Texas State in at 15% of the time. Not a big factor. 22% for NAU. That's not that bad. Not that high. It's a little bit. Right on the cusp of where I, start to factor it as a advantage for another team. Height advantage definitely goes to NAU over 2 inches. Manuel says, hit the like button on the way in. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it when you guys do. When it comes to this game, the only thing that scares me is that loss North Texas had against Our Lady of the Lake. That's the only thing that scares me. Other than that, Texas State, the Bobcats, should have plenty of opportunities to get this one done. All right? The Bobcats should have plenty of opportunities to get this one done. Greg, I agree. The NAU campus is a very nice campus. I actually have a couple friends, fishing friends, that go there right now. Edward dropping the knowledge to Dr. Franco. I love it. Edward has had a very quiet day today. Hasn't had to boot anybody, put anybody on timeout. Round of applause for all the hard work Edward does to be our police in here and keep the riffraff out. Round of applause. Dr. Franco says, what's so hard about giving a thumbs up? You know how to ask for free plays, right? They definitely do. They definitely do. But then when they see that you're not dropping them, that this is not SBR where you just give out 50 free plays in a day, they get upset. They get upset. Shane, good morning. Yeah, Greg, bad basketball team this year, that's for sure. I actually love going up into Williams. We go camping at Kebab Lake, Kebab, however you pronounce it up there. We go stay there in White Horse Lake all the time. My wife loves the Kebab Lake. Well, we appreciate it when you hit it, J-Rock. Joe Free says, I can't hit it anymore. Yeah, only once. Only once, not twice. All right, so as far as this one goes, morning right back at you, Shane. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and we're going to make it a great week. As far as this one goes, Texas State, as horrible as they are, should still have every opportunity to cover the 9. All right, Texas State, as shitty as they are, should have plenty of opportunities against NAU to cover the 9. Putting that up on the free play board with all those juicy props. Don't forget, we already have it out in the daily free play video. Steelers first half. Team total over 13.5 when we put it out. I believe some are getting 14 or 14.5. Not a fan of the 14.5. But if you still get 13.5, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. 14, I think worst case scenario, you're playing for a push. Johnny K says, Juju, anytime TD is money. I agree. Glenn W says, I hit the thumbs up first thing after login. Thank you, I appreciate that. We always definitely do. We always definitely do. That's the only thing that we ask. Help get our video trending on YouTube. Now, later in the week, we have a lot of fun stuff going on, and I'm going to talk about this one more time real quick for everybody. And you'll probably hear me talk about it tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday. College bowl games are here. Every year we have a fun package. This year I think it's even better. All right? It is our bowl package. This year I think is better. It includes a lot of fun stuff. You get a minimum of 14 college bowl games, bowl plays, however you want to call it, a minimum. More than likely, it'll probably be around 20, all right? But you get a guaranteed 64% or better win percentage, which if it was based off of 14, that's 9-5 or better. If for some reason you went 63.999% or less, you get a week of premium plays on the house for free. You also get my personal play college football game of the year, which is Wednesday. That's my personal play, my personal game of the year on Wednesday, college football. You get that included. That's normally $50 if you want to go buy it by itself on Wednesday, or you can buy it today. It should be on the website today. You also get our college football national championship game, which is a $100 game that we sell every year for $100. You get 3 days of a private soccer package, which is going to be starting later in the week. I believe tomorrow. And then you also get our Cappers Direct swag package, t-shirt, hat, and mug shipped to you as well for $249. Smoking deal. On that one. The actual bowl package, the first play for the bowl package, will start on Thursday, so you have plenty of time to get on board for that. On Wednesday, I have my personal play college football game of the year. Now, the company had one a little over a month ago, which was the first one as a company we dropped as a whole. Between myself, the company, FC, and the UFC, that was the first game of the year that we've ever dropped as a company. As far as myself personally goes, I have never dropped a game of the year for you guys, and I don't plan on it yet. All right? I don't plan on it yet. This is the game where I have 4 or 5 stacks on, and I'll have it spread out from different books. I will more than likely be starting to bet it tonight. Once we get it posted on the website, I don't bet it until after that. I give you guys fair crack just because I know sometimes I'll move the line and I don't want to do that. William says, Kyle, got my old lady blowing me up at work for your picks. Think we created a monster. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell her to watch the show as well if she wants them. Edward says, crazy. There's a higher ratio of thumbs up in the smaller members only videos, right? Imagine that one. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. I'm doing good. Good morning to yourself as well. So we have a very busy week. My game of the week will be later in the week. All right, my game of the week will be later in the week. So don't miss out on any of that stuff. All right, it's going to be a monster week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, as far as today goes, free plays around the board. I'll flash that one more time, so all you have to do is Take a screen grab of it. All right? Tomorrow we'll be live again. Tomorrow we also get this early college basketball action. Bowl games tomorrow start at 3:30 Eastern time. All right? Going to be a lot of fun. Enrique says, can't wait for your game of the week. Game of the week will be later in the week. Game of the week will be later in the week, looking like Friday. As far as my college football game of the year, man, I'm stoked about that one on Wednesday. We're going to be a big, before we ever get to the game of the week and guaranteed Saturday and all that fun stuff. Edward says, here, you got people getting free content hours daily and you got to ask, right? I know. It's actually pretty pathetic, to be honest. It's probably why I enjoy the members-only live stuff even better. YouTube finally got back to me on why the members-only live chat wasn't working, and they said that they were aware others were having that issue and they were looking into it. They'd let me know if they figured anything out. Because remember, the members-only live chat is in beta version, so hopefully they're able to figure that part out. Nathan says, getting that bankroll up for these bowl games, fantastic. So I hope everybody enjoys the free plays today. And has some fun and make some money. Because we're going to have some fun, that's for sure. Edward says, J-Rock, those 14 thumbs downs are 2 to 3 people. Exactly. 2 to 3 people with their fake accounts, that's for sure. Christopher says, Steelers. DSA Sports Consultant, good morning to you as well. Definitely going to get some wins today. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right, folks. Time for me to get on out. We got a lot of fun to be had today. A lot of money to be made. And I don't know where my live chat went. There it is. J-Rock says, sad that his company will give him a bigger Christmas bonus than the government $600 stimulus. Is that what they're getting at $600? I know I won't qualify. I didn't qualify the last time we got a bonus. Income level was too high to get anything. So, all right, guys, I am out of here. Enjoy your Monday. Always wager responsibly. Hit that join button right next to the subscribe button. That way you do not miss anything that we do as far as members, exclusive content. There will probably be something else dropping later today. Right, Edward? Sometimes it's better just to listen. We're going to try it again here in another day, maybe tomorrow, for another members-only live show. And we'll see what we can come up with, see if it works again. So, all right, folks, I am out. Enjoy your Monday and that little beat on the way out. All right, folks. Enjoy. Bet responsibly. We will see you guys bright. Actually, it's not early. It's only 7 on the West Coast. So we'll see you guys early tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Good luck, everybody.
one hater, but all haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters.
Call it my battleground. I'm on the center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing no harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them haters that be talking about us, they be hating on our grind, cause you know we coming up. We be spending all the time on these rhymes and the clubs. You can't steal my shine, cause I'm prime, never mind, cause fame and fortune be the only notion for them haters. Do many years in the game, so you know I paid my dues. No need for the fame, I'm taking names, so I know. And when Moshe blows up, I'm emailing all them.
Haters make me famous.
What the haters know about that Moshe music? Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I do this 25/8 pain and sweat on these tracks, haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I have no dinner table, my studio is the kitchen. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I got a degree on my wall, so it says I know what I'm doing. Haters.
Haters.
I dust off them haters, and then I take a pause. It's a shame that this game got us all so involved.